Hey, welcome back to Start With a Win. This is a two-part episode, and this is part two of that two-part episode. So if you haven't listened to part one, make sure you go back and listen or watch part one on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast, and come back here and listen or watch part two. I hope you enjoy.
If you think you're just born with leadership, man, I feel bad for you because you're, like the guy that's the smartest dude in the room. He's probably in an empty room, I guess.
That's a good point. Let me get a leadership lesson from you here real quick, because I know we've been talking for a little while and kind of, pontificating about some of these aspects that really are so true. And let's go to 2020. The pandemic hits. You've got people who are in this massive economic upswing. Their businesses are doing awesome. Probably 2015 to 2017, 2017 to 2019, they're like, yeah, hockey stick growth, money's flowing like crazy. It's just stupid leadership out there where people are just getting by. And then the pandemic hits and everybody turns off the lights and goes home. What were you thinking during that time as a leadership instructor, a leader in many aspects of your world and life, and somebody who goes around and teaches leaders in major organizations?
What I was thinking was it was the best thing that ever happened to me. In my entire life, other than my kids and my grandkids being born, the pandemic was the best thing that ever happened to my wife and I, because we were able to spend more time together than we've ever spent. We've been married 36 years, and we never spent 6 months in a row together. Our business doubled during the pandemic. And I think the reason it doubled is because probably people were sitting there either with their money or with our money and spending it to buy tactical gear as they're sitting around. Maybe they were a little scared. I don't know. But we keep a very large inventory because of our dealing with law enforcement military, where they have to have the product. Like if you don't have it in stock, you lose the sale. So we keep a lot of product on inventory. So we continued to ship. We saw other people struggling, but I also became aware that I don't need to leave my house to be a leader. And what I mean by that is, how can you positively influence people? Does the pandemic suck? Yep, it sucks. Did I lose friends? Yes, I lost friends. Did it crush some people? Yes, it did. But guess what? We've got to figure out how we come out of the end of that. And being negative does nothing to make you more successful. There's no way that you can show me somebody that's a super negative person that they've had life success. And life success is not business success. Life success is, what's your legacy? If your legacy is that you are the CEO of some company, man, I feel really sad for you.
Yeah.
Your legacy should be what you leave behind, which is, were you a good person? Do you mentor people? That doesn't mean you have to have children. That means that, if you do have children, mentor them. If you have grandkids, mentor them. If there's other people that you can mentor, do that. So I don't know if I answered your question or not, other than it was a rude awakening to me that I could work in a different space. And man, I loved it. I mean, and I'm still trying to maintain that.
Real briefly, I want to talk about your company real quick. So you got out of the military, you started Viking Tactics.
Yep.
And tell us briefly, what does Viking Tactics do and where can we find that?
So just VikingTactics.com. Tactics is TACTICS.com. Some people spell it a little bit weird. Viking like the dude that raised a village. The thing that we started with was instruction. So we were doing tactical instruction, whether it was shooting or tactics, CQB type instruction. It morphed more into a gear business. And then I've written 3 books. Those are also something that we sell a lot of. We have a line of DVDs that we do. Those, we also offer streaming on those, but you got to go to gununiversity.com to get the streaming if you want any of those streamed. A lot of folks say, well, how do we get in one of your classes? Go to Sig Sauer, the Sig Academy, and look on their website. Those are really the only open classes that I'm doing, and you can get in there. Other classes we've ran stuff for Dan out in your neck of the woods, but we don't do that very often. And normally we would leave that up to guys like Dan to book that. We don't have open enrollment on our website or anything like that.
Awesome. So I also want to ask you, you dig deep into leadership, and you've been through so many different leadership concepts in chaos and horrible, crazy environments and changing environments. And we talked about the pandemic. How can, or what do you have to say for those people out there who want to know, what leadership principle should I keep top of mind right now in looking for this changing environment and being willing to adjust and do what I need to do with that?
Well, I mean, you almost said it there. Like, you got to be able to adjust. What's your inspiration? Well, your inspiration should be get up every morning and, like you say, get a win. Well, what's a win? Get a job. I'll tell you, you can drive to any place in Nashville and they will hire you.
Right.
They will hire you right now. So if you're worried about money, then go get a job. I like real estate because then I have something that I can actually touch. So, if real estate costs too much for you right now, well, then don't buy real estate. Put your money in the bank. Oh, by the way, if you put your money in the bank right now, what do they give you? They give you interest. Some people have made a gazillion dollars in the stock market. I can tell you that we put money in the stock market. And we put money in Viking Tactics into us, my wife and I, running that business. Our business is worth a lot of money, and our stock market stuff is worth about the same as it was when we put it in there. But what we've tried to do is put money in the bank, let it draw interest. And a lot of people would say, well, you never make any money with interest. It's free money.
Right.
Get a job, get a real job, and do it. And there's a bazillion things that you can do.
Totally. Hey, Kyle, I got a question for you. I ask everybody on this show, and I know you've got a great answer for this as well. This is the big question here, buddy. How do you start your day with a win?
Have a mission.
I love it.
Every day's got to have a mission. So I've seen a lot of my friends struggle.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have struggled to the point of taking their own lives. That's absolutely tragic. So why did they do that? Okay, there's mental issues. I get that. There's depression. Where does depression come from? I don't know for other people, but for me, if I don't have something to do, a mission, if I don't have that, I start to go down a bad path. That's one thing. And then the other thing, I saw this question that yesterday when I got an email from you. And the first thing is have a mission. The second thing is think about other people. So a lot of times the world closes in on us and we say, it's just, I got to get my mind right before I can help other people.
Yep.
You know how you get your mind right? Help other people. Because you're going to realize, open your eyes to your community. Don't get off the internet, get off social media, go and talk to something that's actually a living, breathing organism that can talk back to you. And guess what? They might be in worse shape than you are, and you talking to them today might be something that pulls them out from that.
I love it.
Guess what? You're going to fill your cup up by helping that person out. So have a mission, and that mission should include helping other people. So that's what I would say.
Thank you, sir. And Kyle, thank you for being on Start with a Win. You're an American, a hero, a warrior, and just a great leader and a great guy. So thank you for being on the podcast today.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, and thank you for listening to the podcast. Are you wondering how to grow your business? It might be something you're missing. And it's not sales and marketing. It's something most people don't even think about, and that's leadership. Whether you're leading yourself or a team, leadership is the key for next level growth, and you're in luck. Adam's put together 3 of these ideas and techniques that he used as a CEO of RE/MAX to develop himself as well as his teams around him. And so if you want those 3 leadership keys, head over to adamcontos.com/leadership and download those. Until next time, remember, start with a win.